What's up? I was doing what you call it? I was going through to see if I had made a because I want to make a video. I want to make one video for each um video, well, post that I have on my other on my other account and everything. And there was one of them that was the first one I made. I made like I was what did I make this 2 days ago? 20 hours ago. So yesterday, basically. And I don't know if I had made a I didn't know if I'm making a video on it or not because I have update, and then I got the difference, and then I have the titles. So I put the titles in the actual like as the actual name, and then along with whatever I said in the caption, or in the whatever I said on the post is in the description, just so then people when I actually read it, you don't have to go back and actually, you know, try to understand what I'm talking about. You can kind of just read it at your own pace, of course. And I was just like, what is this? But yeah, so this is the first one I got. First one I made. The picture for it, or the post picture, was if you miss if you miss me, kill your fucking ego and text me. I will reply in a second. Is the fact that I feel like I've done this one already, but I do not know. But on the off chance I have, I'm sure someone is crazy. I'm sure someone will tell me if I'm being honest. So that's fine, and I'll just delete the other one. But this is like I guess this is more just that about the actual post itself. So that works. That's funny. It says I have one. It says I have one like, and then I actually go to the likes, and there's like 100 something. That's weird. There it goes, 116. But yeah, it says that, and then my caption that I wrote for it was for real. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, anything or anything. If you genuinely miss that person, don't wait for them because depending on what you did, they may believe that you hate them. If you miss them, tell them right away. Call them, don't text. Let them hear in your voice how much you miss them and have that conversation with them. Don't leave anything out because they because they have an idea already in their head that be the truth may not be the truth, but to them it makes sense. Talk to them, especially if you genuinely miss and love that person. It's funny because the more I talk about this, the more I'm like, I've done this before. Genuinely, I feel like I've done this before. At least I've done. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it to see because I feel like I have, or at least I've talked about it. Something. I don't know. It's whatever. But it's very true. I feel like ego and pride is the most is something that ego and pride is something that destroys most relationships. If I'm being honest, simply because, and I forget which is which. If I'm being like, I forget which is which from time to time. But it's more or less like you're dating somebody and you feel like the shit. You feel like the shit when you're dating a certain person, and like you basically you feel like the shit for dating a certain person, and you get like you get like big headed basically, where like where you start to believe that like they can't do much better than you or anything. Like you're like the best for them and this that and the other. You know, like, I don't know which one of that is. I have no idea. It could be ego. I have no idea. I think it could be ego, but then again, I don't really know. But it's just that's something that destroys most relationships because then like it's like people get it in their head of like they can do whatever they want, and like the person isn't gonna leave just simply because like, oh, you know, I'm the best one for them. Da 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 da. Like this happens for both men and women. They're just not. This isn't like something that's mainly one gender. Well, not even, none of them are mainly one gender. Everything happened. Everything can happen to a dude. Anything can happen to a woman. There are. It's the fact that there are better. Like there are some circumstances that happen more to men, and then there are some circumstances that happen more to women. So, you know, it's the fact that some have higher percentages, but the fact that some have lower percentages. But either higher or lower, a percentage is still a percentage. It may be low, but it's the fact that it can still happen. It's just a lower chance of it happening, but it can still happen. But oh yeah, goodness. But it's yeah, it's one of those things where it's just where, in my opinion, I feel like people want other people to kind of people want it's like people don't want to not apologize, but it's like when something crazy happens or something, they don't want to seem like it's the fact that most people don't want to seem desperate, you know, which is just like to me that shouldn't really matter. Like the way I see it is simply it's like the way I see it is like if you genuinely love that person and you genuinely miss that person, go to them. You know? Go to them. Message them. Say something because you like not doing anything not doing anything about it and kind of just not really making it seem like I don't I don't it's weird because I don't really know because it's just weird to me because it's like if you want something if you want somebody don't worry about if you look desperate or whatever the case may be if you genuinely want that person then go to them. But if it's the fact of like if they don't it's the fact that they don't want you, then yeah, you look they'll say that you look desperate or whatever. But at that point, if they say that, then you already know that you want them, but they don't feel the same. Which, if I'm being honest, is probably why most people don't really do that because it's the fact that you look desperate, and then you also got rejected. That's probably why most people don't do it. But it's like like I don't know. It's one of those things where I kind of just like I respect like people's choice, you know. Like I'm gonna get off topic a little bit, but like with the women I was with, obviously you know who I'm talking about. I shouldn't have to keep saying this. I should just be able to just say words and then y'all guys understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna try to do that, and we're gonna see what happens. Watch people in the comment be like, "Who are you talking to? Who are you talking about?" And they'd be like, "Oh God." But um, yeah. So this was way like not way back, but this was like any time that like something would happen, or it was like something that I would do, or something not even something that I did, but something that she did that I was upset about, and then basically just cut contact and everything. But it's the fact that she would use, literally, she would use she would use anyone's phone to call me. She would make fake numbers, this, that, and the other. It's just, and like, it's one of those things where it's one of those things where you look at it and you're just like, because like to me that shows that she cares, you know. But it's the fact that like it's like the fact that like now I'm not really doing that. Like, it's the fact that I have other accounts that were connected to hers and everything. They always have been. They've been there for so long, but either A, I got rid of them, or B, I just forgot the password, probably. But it's the fact of, like, it's the fact of, I'm kind of, not even kind of, I'm, like, respecting her choice. So, like, if she wants to listen to these and, I don't know, laugh, or if she wants to listen to these and basically nitpick everything and be like, oh, you did this, you did that, you don't know what you're talking about, you know, da 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 da. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I'm not gonna, you know, like drive to my mom's house, you know, drive to, you know, like so just drive a bunch, like drive like a bunch of different places to call her on a bunch of different phones. You know, like it's something I did before, but it's like now it's just like I'm just gonna respect her decision. You know, like that's just how that is. Like, will we cross paths again? I don't know. Do I want us to? Yeah, of course I do. Why would I not? She was the first woman to that. She was the first woman that I ever like actually was that. She's the first woman that was actually down to like genuinely like start like talk about like our future together and everything. Like she was the only one that was actually like that was something that she was actually down to do. But you know, like of course I would definitely love to see, you know, not see, but I would definitely like to you know, cross paths with her again. I'll cross paths with her, but it won't be like it won't be the way that I want it to be. You know, we're just kind of like out and about. You know, you're out and about, and you just get you just get like a random call, or you see like a random, like you cross paths to like go into like a certain like club or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that, something like that. Because I still have to send her presents and whatnot. So at some point I'll get to that. Not even some point. The second I'm able to actually go on leave, I'm gonna go. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like people have two different things, you know. But it's more or less I'm just kind of like, dude, I want her. Yeah. Did it cross my mind to drive to my mom's and call her on every single phone that was there? Yeah. Especially because I had relatives that came down. So yeah, that crossed my mind to go down there and call her number on each one of their phones. You know, like that was something that genuinely crossed my mind. But it's one of those things where it's just like I want to respect her decision. As weird as it is, you know, her decision. Like that's the whole thing with like decisions and whatnot. Is the fact of like, as much as they don't make sense, which is also another thing. Please make sense of things. If you're in a relationship, please make the main thing is obviously communication, but make sure the communication makes sense. Because saying one thing and then doing another thing is two different things. Or saying something and then like almost like a week, like not even a week, but a few days after you you change something and don't say why, it's not good at all. If I'm being honest, that's just me. But you know, it is what it is. But it's just one of those things. But yeah, that's the fact that like that's something that definitely crossed my mind to do. But it was just like no, you know. It's the fact that like I don't know, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like I don't know. I don't know how she feels. I don't, because like one of the things I will say is just like it kind of comes up with like the big three and everything with like communicating, like communication and the what was it called, the second one was like telling people that you don't like them. Like it's just like with that, yeah, if you don't like them like anymore, tell them, you know, because it gets confusing after a while, because like the only thing she said is our spark is gone, or our spark is like not there, or whatever the case may be. But as, like I already said with the whole spark plug thing, you know, it's in one of these. I don't know which one, but it's in one of them. Like I said with that whole thing, it's just like spark plugs don't just magically die one day. They don't. They really don't. And they go for what was it, 10,000 to 100,000 miles before they actually need to be replaced. Like, my dude, that's insane, you know. But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's weird because I want to believe that she's still. I want to. It's the fact that I want to believe, and do believe that she's still like I want to believe that she still wants to get married. She still wants to do all these things, but it's more of the fact of she was scared to tell me that she wasn't, not that she wasn't ready, but it was the fact that she was scared to tell me, like she was scared to tell me like that it wasn't the right time, which makes sense if I'm being honest, because if someone told you it's not the right time, what the fuck do you do then? Like it's just at that point it's just like what what do you do? What do you do? Because at that point it's just awkward now. It's just like okay, I guess. Like it just doesn't. It's weird at that point. But yeah, I want to believe that she's still. I don't know. I want to believe that she still cares. I do. I really do. And I do believe it. In some retrospect, that she still does. She cares and everything, because it's one of those things that's true. I feel like, because like the reason I say that is because I don't remember when, but I was super down, super 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 down, and I was going to. I want to say I've already talked about this, I think, but I was gonna basically just end it. Like that was what my mind. That's what my mind came to. I haven't had. It's the fact that I haven't had a thought like that in what that was. I don't even know. That was like I don't want to say this was. It was that this year, I think. But I haven't had a thought like that since like what, two, 3, no, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 to 3 years ago. Like I haven't had something like that in so long. So like to have that come back is just like it showed me like how much I genuinely did care for her. But it's the fact that she didn't want to, because it's the fact that like she never said that she didn't. It's the fact that she never said that she didn't like love me or anything. That's the thing. Like that was something that she never. It wasn't something that she genuinely said. Like she said. Well, I don't. Then again, I don't think she said she cared for me either. If I'm being honest, But then again, I want to say she did. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. It was so long ago, and I don't feel like actually going through to actually find it. If I'm being genuinely honest, because I've done a bunch. I've done a lot of that already, and I'm just not trying to do that anymore, or not trying to do it like at the moment. But you know, I definitely believe in somewhere, somewhere inside her is like the truth. But it was a truth that she just couldn't bring herself to tell me, which I don't really know why. Cause I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like you could say whatever, literally. Like at that point, it's better than what I'd be thinking all the time, if I'm being honest. Like let me know. Like my thing was like I thought that she was like cheating on me for like a year, because she said at some point she said like she just didn't love me for a whole year, or she was feeling down like the whole year when she needed to like work on herself and everything. And I was just like, okay. And the fact that later on I was just like, was she cheating on me for a whole year? Is that what she was doing? Because what the fuck? Because that's just like, huh? Because like that doesn't like what it like doesn't. It's one of those things that doesn't like make sense to me, because it's like a whole year. What do you mean a whole year? Like what do you mean? You did that for a whole entire year? Like why? Genuinely, a whole year is a whole year is insane to me. But you know, yeah, I still believe that she does care for me and whatnot. But she's just whatever the truth that she had to say was just not. It either wasn't something that she was strong enough to actually say, or it was something that she didn't think I was gonna take well. Which at this point I can pretty much take anything at this point. Like literally, there's not much that she could say that I haven't already heard since all of this has happened. Literally, like I've heard so much shit already just from when this entire thing kicked off. But I don't. But yeah, it's just. Sorry, I got sidetracked again because of course I did. Because of course I did. But but yeah, with the whole missing somebody thing, it's just like if you generally miss them, realize that you missed them, and then go to them, literally, go to them, call them, something. Like we were talking about, like open discussions. Like have one of those, you know, like let them know, but have it if it can be have it be a call so then they can hear it, so they can hear it in your voice that you genuinely miss them, you know, because like through texts you can do it through text, but it's just it's not ordeal if I'm being genuinely honest. That's just me. Just because it's I feel like when it comes to like even when it comes to just regular relationships, I feel like it's better to call each other than to actually text. That's simply just me though, obviously. Oh, my pinky. Something that sucks is I off track again, but something that sucks is like I like to bite my nails, but I'm letting my pinky and my thumb grow out. So it's just like oh it's just one of those things where just like I want to fucking bite them so badly. Or it's just like, nah, I'm letting them grow out, damn it. Especially my pinky. Oh my god, my pinky is the one finger that I actually enjoyed just actually biting the nail of, and I don't know why. But yeah, with open conversation, just like I've said before, just say it all. Literally, say all of it. Literally, like if you're having issues at some point, say all of the issues. Like say like at that point in time what was going on, and then just talk about the entire like journey until you know until now, until basically you broke and you're just like, I need that person, you know. Like don't worry about what other people like call you or say, like, oh, you sound desperate, do this. It's like, no, just because it's one of those things where just like if they know that you care, because some people, like, if you had issues and y'all didn't really say much, or y'all did say stuff but it was like more confusing, or it was like not a good time to really do anything, like it was, if it was just a very basically a mess, like in total, if it was basically just a mess, definitely, like, definitely, talk about it, like be like, have like a conversation at like in like the afternoon when like you're actually like fully awake, or have it like, towards like, have it at like 2 or 3 or in the afternoon, or 4 in the afternoon, or something like that, like have it be something like have it be something like that. Because it's just, is there something about like being genuine about something, like when someone like when someone genuinely, like when someone says they miss you, like when someone's like when they genuinely miss you, there's something about it that's just like, at least from what I've heard, when people are like more genuine about stuff, it's very, it's one of those things that's just like, huh, it's like they actually like, it shows like they want, like, depending on whatever it is that you did, is the fact that like they're they're thinking about that, like I'm sure like something that whatever you did crossed their mind, like a lot of stuff that you've done probably crossed their mind, but they just don't care about it, like, like it's in the past or whatever the case may be. It's the fact that they want you because, maybe, maybe nothing, maybe like life doesn't make sense without you, maybe their life is dull without you, maybe, maybe like, there's a lot of different things it could be, but it's just, it's one of those things when like when you're genuine about something, it's that person can definitely feel it, and they definitely know, and especially if you can actually like talk to them about it, or like definitely like talk and everything, it definitely helps a lot. It really does. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you gotta go after, you know. If it's something you want, go after it. Don't look from, from a faraway distance. Close that distance. Get Go after what you want. If there's like, if like, for example, if there's like some shoes or some clothing or a TV, game, whatever the case may be, like, do you wait? Like, let's say it's something that you really are. Let's say it's like one of like, you have a hobby that you're really invested in, and then they like something comes out, and you're just like, that's fucking amazing, and you're like super hyped and everything. Like, are you gonna wait like 6 months to be like, nah. Depending on what it is, that's what most people usually do, just to see if it's like worth anything or whatever the case may be. But some people are just like, I want that. So the fact that they go for it, they go and get what they want. Like that's just how that works. And the fact that it's a double, it's two sides of the same coin, because it's like when you go for something, sometimes you don't get it because whatever it is, it could have ran out of stock or did this or whatever the case may be. And it's like it's the same here, where you could go, you could go and you could go after the person that you want, but they could be not feeling you at the time. Basically, just don't let it eat you up inside. Basically, that's basically all I can really say about it. It's just like don't let it be something that eats you up, of like you constantly thinking about that person, you constantly doing this, you constantly doing that. Like if it's a person that you want, go for it. There's nothing else to really say other than that. Go for it. What's the worst? What's the worst that There's not much. There's not many bad things that can really happen. Because they're either gonna agree or they're gonna disagree. What is the fact that if you have that open discussion, then you can hear their side of it. That you can tell your side, and then they can tell their side, and everything. And some people say like, oh, if you do this and this, or like if you like most people is like, if you do this and this, then I'll take you back. But it's just like, nah. It's more or less the people that are just like, just give me like, and they actually give you like a relatively good time. Like give me like 2 months. 2 months. Like don't message me, don't call me, don't do anything. Just live your life for 2 months, then get back to me. You know? Like people like that are just like, and people, it's like the fact that some people do that when it comes to like marriage and whatnot, because it's just like it's one of those things where like, give me 2 months or give me like this amount of time, and just live your life, and then come back, and then we'll come back, and then we'll talk about like how everything went. Like if this is something that you want to do, or if this is something that like we want to do, you know? It's a genuine thing. It happened with my aunt. It happened with my aunt, it happened with my uncle. Like it's something that, just works. But yeah, it's just something that works. But it's like, hey, I'll fucking, when it comes to her, shit, I'll always be ready. There's nothing that's gonna change that. I will always be ready. Don't really care. I don't. I know what I want, and that's about it. Know what you want. Know what you want. Know what you want and go after it.